welcome back to the channel. My name's not Will, but I will trade for your Pokemon, especially if they're meta relevant. Right now in Pokemon Go, we have Carbink making a splash, so I'd love to trade for that. Anyways, if you're new to the channel, which, who are we kidding, we're new to the channel as well, this channel is going to focus on Pokemon Go content and Pokemon TCG content, and we're just going to have a little bit of fun along the way. In today's video, we're actually going to be focusing on Pokemon Go and jumping into the new Solo type Cup within the Great Battle League. We're going to be running a triple shadow team where our focus is going to be primarily on using our fast moves to break through and just power through it with brute force. So with no further ado, let's jump in and let's see how our Shadow Ninetales, Shadow Muck, and Shadow... Alright, Battle 1. So our Ninetales up against a Mankey. Mankey is going to get to its fast move first, and since we are Shadow, we are a little bit glassy, so we're going to go ahead and shield that up. But we're going to have a Weather Ball to follow right up here. We'll see if they shield. If they don't, we should be able to take it down. Oh, and then we do get a shield, but we are going to have the same CMP tie there again. And we're going to go into our Grand Bull where we can actually take this since it is not effective and go ahead and just fight down. Alright, they bring in a Donphan. We can actually make it through this if we shield and I think be able to farm down and have enough energy to throw it whatever comes back in. They do bring in the Mankey. We can go ahead and just throw our energy just to get it out of the way, and we can see what's in the back there. And they bring in a Gramble. We're going to come in with our Muck, and it's game over at this point. As I said, we get to use our shields. Our opponent doesn't even really get a chance to use their shields because our fast moves are just so violent, really. They're just going to tear through that team. Alright, battle number 2. So as you saw in the first one, we don't really need to rely on our charge moves too much, but we're going to go ahead and just rally through here with our Ninetales and get to our charge move. We do get to it first. We're going to go ahead and throw that, see if they shield up or if they let it go through. They let it go through, so we're going to go ahead and just keep powering down here. We're going to go ahead and shield just because they could be at their Shadow Ball. They just throw a Psychic. We could have let that come through. They go to a Politoed, so we quickly swap to our Gramble. We can let this Weather Ball come through here. It won't kill us, and we can just charm down on this Politoed. We are going to shield up this second Weather Ball so we can make it out alive and see what they bring back in after we get through it. And as we can do there, we can farm down. They're going to bring in their Cofagrigus again. We can actually go ahead and farm this down as well and see what's in the back. We're just going to throw our energy because we might not survive whatever fast move they bring in. It was a Clefable though, so we go ahead and come back in with our Muck now, and at this point it's game over. Good game to our opponent. We can just throw an Acid Spray for fun, get that last shield, and then we're going to swap into our Ninetales and just throw our Weather Ball and get this game nice, clean, and done. So there you have it. As I said, we can really just power through this with this team. It does a lot of damage really, really fast. Battle number 3, we start with a Hypno. We are just going to keep going and throw in our fast moves here. We get to our Weather Ball first. That Confusion does take a while to come through. We're going to go ahead and throw that. I'm going to think that they're going to throw a bait here, so I'm not going to shield this and expect a Fire Punch. And there's a Fire Punch, not very effective. We can go ahead and get to another Weather Ball and throw that and see if they shield or if they let it go through. And they let it go through, so we take each other out at the same time. And they bring their Pokemon in first, so we bring in our Gramble up against that Machamp. They swap in for Melton, and we are going to go ahead and swap in for our Muck now, catching that charge move. And at this point, we want to keep everything nice and healthy. We have our Gramble for that Machamp. We can use this Muck to just bring this down to as low of health as possible. We're going to throw this Poison, this Acid Spray rather, to get that defense drop and see what we can do here for the rest of it. We're going to go ahead and shield this up so we can continue to just throw some energy at it. We have the Dark Pulse. This should KO if they don't shield. They don't shield. Actually, they're out of shield, so they couldn't shield. And we're going to go ahead and just take this game pretty quick and easy. They're going to be able to take us down there, but we're going to come back in with our Muck, and we're going to be able to win the game. Good game to our opponent. Alright, on to battle number 4. And battle number 4, we have another Cofagrigus. We learned from our last battle that they usually just throw that Psychic, so we're going to go ahead and get to our first charge move, throw it, see if they shield or not, and then we're going to just call bait on whatever they do throw and hope that it's not that Shadow Ball. So At this point, it shouldn't be the Shadow Ball. It's likely just the Psychic or a Dark Pulse, which we can tank at this point, and we do get to our Weather Ball again faster than they did their charge move, and we can hopefully get a KO here. Awesome. They let that go down. They come in with a Gramble. Beautiful for us. We're going to come in with our Muck. They're going to swap out to a Machamp, and we can just charm this sucker down, and they're going to come back in with their Gramble, and it's game over at this point. Good game to our opponent. Alright, into battle number 5, and at this point, a perfect set is on the line, so let's see what we can do. Let's hopefully pull it off here. So we start with an Aromatisse. That's favorable for us. We can get to our charge move a lot faster, so we're going to go ahead and throw that Weather Ball, see if they let it go through, and they do, so we can actually farm down here now, and they don't even get to a charge move, so we can reserve our energy there. They come in with an Umbreon, and we're going to just throw our energy. We just want to be taken out so we can get into our Gramble and maintain our switch advantage. So we're just going to, we had a charge move ready, but we're going to let this go through so we can just get into our Gramble. We go in, they come in with Poison, so we meet them with our Muck. They're going to go ahead and throw a move. I shield this. I shouldn't have. This is just a Poison Fang. It does drop our defense, but we're going to do it right back with our Acid Spray here and see if we can grab a shield. We don't grab a shield, but we can just farm down at this point and see what they throw here. They're probably going to... They do throw a Crunch, so that does KO us, but they're low enough that our Gramble can take them down, and we still have plenty of health and a shield to be able to farm down on this Umbreon. So that's going to be a good game, well played to our opponent, and a perfect set for us. So let's see what we get for our encounter. And to make it better, we get the legendary encounter. Can't do much better. A perfect set, a perfect encounter. Feeling really good about this team. It has a lot of potential with the fast move damage there. So let's see if we can press our luck with battle number 6. And they swap out to their own Ninetales. We're gonna call bait here. If we don't, we're gonna be feeling some pain. Okay, they do throw the Psyshock, so we're gonna throw it back. And if they shield this, we're in trouble. Okay, they go ahead and shield, so we're gonna have to just go ahead and let them take this lead matchup, and we're gonna come in with our Gramble, try and charm it down and see. And we are gonna have to shield this up. We want to maintain some health to see what else they have in the back. We already know they have a Gramble, so they could have poison, they could have something else that we're gonna want to dodge out. And they have their Gramble that they bring back in, so we're gonna bring our Muck in at this point. That's all we got left. And they have a Politoed, so this game just got very tough for us. We're going to throw the Acid Spray to see if we can get a shield and a drop. We get the drop, and they're going to throw a Weather Ball here, which is going to do some damage, so we're going to shield up. And we're going to try and farm down. They have a Weather Ball already, and that's going to do a pretty sizable amount of damage, and they already have another Weather Ball. So that's a good game, well played to our opponent, and our first loss with this overpowered team. Alright, let's head into our final battle with this team, battle number 7. Let's see if we can end on a positive note with this overpowered team. We're going to start facing off against an Umbreon. We are going to go ahead and just get to our charge move. They are going to win the CMP event here, so we're going to no shield it. It should be a foul play. It does some damage, but not too much. We will throw our Weather Ball here now when we're seeing if they were going to swap in anything. They let that go through. We're going to no shield again here. I think we survive it and get to our charge move. And we do, so we're going to go ahead and fire that off and let them farm us down and bring our Gramble in so we can get an energy lead there. We're going to go ahead and charm down, expecting them to come in with a poison, and they do, so we go to our own Muck. We're going to, they bring in a Vigoroth, so we can go ahead and just Acid Spray, see if we grab a shield, and we get that defense drop. They shield up, so now we can just farm here. We're going to go ahead and shield everything that they throw because we want some energy for their Muck when it comes back in. We're going to shield up here again and just farm down so that we have that energy lead. And we are able to throw a Dark Pulse. It's not going to KO, but we're going to get them nice and low here. And then we're going to be able to get another Acid Spray off. I think we're going to survive if they throw a Thunder Punch here. That still allows us with 1 HP. We throw an Acid Spray, make them nice and low so that our Gramble can take them down. we swap in, and we charm down, and we take the win. 6-1 with this team. It was a fun time. We didn't have to worry too much about the opponent shielding up because our fast moves just did so much damage. Hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned on our channel. Our next video is going to be us breaking open this Paldea Evolved booster box. We're on the hunt for the Magikarp and the Iona, so we'll see you on our next video. Thanks, and we will trade for your Pokemon.